Hey Sparklers, so today I've got another tarot reading for a customer, this time public one. I haven't had a public one for a little while. I am a bit behind on tarot because obviously if you haven't seen it, do go over to my other channel. We've been to 30 East Drive and it's been a bit chaotic purely because of that. So it'd be awesome to see you guys over there checking that out. Would be absolute awesome. We caught so much evidence, and today's Monday, so tomorrow the 4th of November, we have got so much going up, so much evidence of paranormal. That wasn't paranormal, that was just a piece of dust. So yeah, so I am so excited for this, so excited. So I have, can I have a general? So if you don't know me, I am Emperor Sparkle. I am a clairvoyant witch, Hellenic pagan, soul seer, and obviously a very good tarot reader. Sorry, the cards that are coming out are sort of telling a bit of a change for this lady. She's had a couple from me, so I'm a bit like, as I go through it, because it's a bit, what's going on? At the minute, sweet, this is a weird feel. So I've got the King of Pentacles at the moment, and this is how you're feeling at the moment. It's meant to represent how you're feeling at the moment, but it's really weird because the blue's out to me massively, which is saying, and it feels like you're struggling to communicate. So you're sort of stood there silent, and people sort of personing you as very sort of like giving this know everything, can do everything sort of attitude, but actually on the inside you're really struggling, really struggling. And especially with communication at the minute, communication is really bad at the moment for you, especially with key people in your life, people that are meant to be technically your kings. Is a real struggle at the moment. You have, the other issue you've got at the minute is you're allowing your emotions to control everything you do. So you're allowing your emotions to control everything you're doing. So it's like you're trying to hide them, but you're not doing very well with that. Every idea you do, everything you do is controlled totally by emotion. Totally by emotion. We've then got your challenge, and your challenge at the minute is to be a leader, but it's also to have the bravery to step away from people that you need to step away from. So you're trying to be a leader, but you're struggling with that, and that is purely because of the fact of, I don't mean it rudely, you're just not quite brave enough, you're not quite strong enough is the way to word it. I think would be nicer way to word it. We've then got the Fool card, and this to me is you're too loyal. So you've got a couple of people in your life, 3 girls mainly, but 1 boy, and basically these 4 people are taking advantage of, you know, technically, like the card says, the Fool. I don't like using that term, so I'm not gonna lie. But basically, they're taking advantage of you, my lovely. They're taking a lot of advantage. They're using what's going on in your life to keep you loyal to them. So just be careful of that, sweet. All right. But then I have got as well is starting a new growth. So I have got this sort of realization that people are doing this to you. I know this is sort of like something that comes up quite often in your cards. I do know that. The white rose is out to me massively, and I don't know why. It won't let me connect with why. Um, so I'm not quite sure why the white rose is out to me massively. And that could, so basically the white rose is usually a sign of new beginnings through a death. This doesn't actually mean like a physical death, so it may not mean a physical death, but it could mean the ending of something. So basically I've got that coming as well for you, is the ending of something, but it won't let me quite feel what the ending of it is. I do feel like it's a relationship that does involve love and care and loyalty, but I can't quite feel what it is, which is really annoying for me because, as you know, I usually feel everything around it. But it's like the cards are like, yeah, no, this one she's going to have to do on her own. She can't have too much information on it. The past is that, oh, now this is a bit of a change, which is a sad change. The past is you felt like you could be what you wanted to be. And that's a bit of a sad thing, really, because in some ways the cards are showing that still, but they're not showing it at the same time. It's like you want it, but you're not allowing yourself to get it. Do take a look at my spiritual guidance podcast suite. I really think you need to. Um, I don't know whether they're all linked below in the description of this one. I'll hold my hands up. But if you do go to my website, I know you know where my website is, and go to YouTube, you'll be able to find my spiritual podcast there. I really think that would actually help you a lot, just purely because at the moment, what I'm getting on this cards is you actually becoming your own person is very difficult. Okay, so we need to sort that, my lovely. I've then got the Nine of Pentacles, so there's going to be actually a lot of positive coming in. But the trouble is, you don't see the positives. So there's going to be a lot of positive coming in, but you're not going to see it. All right. So even though you should be basking in it, you should be enjoying it and stuff like that. Again, the blue is out to me this time for sadness. All right. So it sort of like feels to me that everything's going to start to sort of build and go the way you want it to, and finally be the way you're actually been dreaming of it. So I've got that, and there's going to be this new growth. This new growth from the Fool card is actually what's going to be guiding you with this. So I have got that massively sweet. I've then got the Knight of Cups for the future. And this is someone coming in to help you. So, you know, a knight riding on his white steed. Someone's going to come in to help you. They're going to have a glass and ready to pass it. Be careful not to ignore this person. So, I know this sounds weird, but they're female with masculine energy. That is the vibe I've got off them. I feel like they're going to be some sort of teacher, etc. Sort of that sort of role. And they're going to come in and try and guide you, try and help you, try and support you more, because they can see that's what you're struggling with. Just be careful not to see them not coming in, because this can change the energy, and at the minute the energy going forward is very good. But if you actually ignore them coming in, I don't know why I feel this, but I feel like you might turn a blind eye to them coming in, and that is because of people around you. And basically they want to help you. And the reason why I can see that is if we look at the horse, it actually looks quite sort of glum. So don't ignore them coming in. Okay, sweet. Because if you do, the opposite's going to happen. We're going to have someone come in that looks like they're on their white knight steed. This is someone you already know. I think you've already guessed who it is. They're going to pretend they're coming on their white knight steed. They're going to pretend that they're going to be really positive to you and stuff like that. They're going to have all the gifts but actually not provide anything. Okay, so we need to watch for this female with masculine energy. Okay, we need to watch for them coming in. We've then got the Four of Cups. Now this is, again, I have got you concentrating on the empty cup. You've got 3 full cups there, but you're concentrating on that empty cup. You're concentrating on what could have been. You're concentrating on what could be, you know, rather than actually enjoying the little things. And because of this, I hold my hands up, sweet. We've got there again, you just sort of going downhill a little bit, purely because of the fact you are concentrating on this empty cup. And the trouble is, I can't pinpoint where it is in life that this is, like whether it's school, whether it's I don't feel like you work, I feel like you're studying, whether it's studying, whether it's home life, or whether it's friendships. I feel like they're all sort of mold into one with you. So it's sort of like there's no separation. You are going to struggle, my lovely, work life balance. Really, really bad. We've then got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is you holding your emotions out to start anew. So we often have this with you, sweet, that you go on these paths where you're very alone and very, holding out your emotions and gone, right, that's it, had enough of everyone. We've got another one of them coming round. I think you might suffer winter blues. I suffer winter blues. I do exactly the same thing. I think you might suffer winter blues. All right. So I think that's a bit of a struggle there. I do think that is. Your fear is you're never going to come the Empress. So your fear still is you're never going to come the Empress. And then confirmation, you're going to end up on that lone path again, searching for where do you go next. I do apologise that it's like that, my darling. I actually feel really guilty that it is like that, because we seem to be going in a circle. Quite a sort of a cycle, really, my darling. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope everything's good, and I'll speak to you soon.